Hello everybody, welcome back to the RostyMaths channel. In this video, we are going to talk about density. Let's jump into the lesson. Alright, so let's talk density. What is it to begin with? Well, according to a Google definition, it says it's the degree of compactness of a substance. Just how compact that substance is. And maybe at the end of this video, we're going to take that to the test. Anyway, how do we find density? But before we do that, let's check out some other things that we must know before we calculate density. So for example, to find density, we know that density is the mass of the object divided by the volume of that object. Now, for all intents and purposes of this lesson, your mass will either be in grams or it will be in kilograms. And your volume, we know, is usually a cubic measure, is either going to be in centimeter cube or meters cube or meter cube, like that. All right, good. So that's basically the main thing we need to know. So when we go to solve our questions, have a good look at the units on the numbers. That will tell you if you're dealing with mass, density, or volume. Now, because we have to divide mass by volume, then density will be grams per centimeter cube. Or if it is in the mass is in kilograms and the volume is in meter cube, then you're going to say it's going to be kilograms per meter cube. Now, why did I put a triangle there? Well, let me tell you why that triangle is there. That is for those of us who need to cheat. So for example, we need some people, they struggle to work out formulas. I personally don't like this triangle at all, but it helps some people understand what's going on. So I'm going to use it just so I don't alienate anybody. So we're going to say that density is mass divided by volume there. And so depending on what we're finding, we can use the triangle to help us out. Okay, let's begin doing some work then. Work out the density. Okay, that's nice to know. So we're going to just do some highlighting. We're finding the density of a piece of wood that has a mass of 7 grams and a volume of 10 centimeter cube. So this one's an easy one. If you're finding density, it's mass divided by volume. The mass is 7, the volume is 10. So if you want, you can just leave it as that, or you can say 0.7 grams per centimeter cube. In this particular topic, it's super important that you are writing down the units. All right, let's move on to the next question then. Work out the mass of a statue that has a volume of 120 centimeter cube made from ceramic, which has a density of 2 grams per centimeter cube. All right, this is all good. So we'll work with this. This is all right. Now they want the mass. Let's go back to my little triangle up here. The cheater's way. If you want the mass, then it's density times volume. But the proper maths, I will do the proper maths now. But the way that I would like you to focus on doing it, if density is mass divided by volume, and I need to find the mass, I need to get rid of the volume. So what I'll do is multiply both sides by V. Then these two V's will cancel out. That's called the inverse operation. They will cancel out, thereby telling me that volume times density is equal to the mass. Okay, that's really the way you should be doing it. But if the triangle helps, by all means. So that means that it's going to be 120 times 2 is the mass, which is going to be, let's go over here to finish up. So mass is going to be equal to 240. What do I put here? Well, don't forget mass is all about weight. So you can see the grams in there per centimeter cube. So that's just going to be 240 grams. And this is finished. All right, everybody, welcome to my kitchen where we're going to do a quick little experiment all around density. So before me, I've got my trusty measuring tape, my calculator. I have got weighing scales, but this one is for weighing people. I'm not going to use the kitchen scales because that's a little bit too sensitive, especially as we're going to be checking the density of this brick. Now this brick is made out of stone. It's absolutely solid stone. I couldn't tell you what kind of stone it is because I'm not a geographer, but I have pulled that out of my garden. They use it to build houses, parts of houses and things like that, but I've got a few of these in the garden. Now this is in the shape of a cuboid. Now from the lesson you have just watched, we know that density is mass divided by volume, and it tells you how compact a substance is. Today, this is the substance. So first of all, I need to know what the volume of it is. And to find out the volume of that brick, I need to do some measuring. So I'm going to measure the length, the width, and possibly the height. So we've got, and this is all going to be averaging because obviously it's not a perfect cuboid, as you can see. So here we're going to go. So we're going to go for, I'm going to round that to about 20 centimeters there as the length. The widest part of it is about 10 centimeters, so I'll measure that as 10, and then I'm going to go for a height of about 12 centimeters there. So I'll grab my calculator now, and then we're going to calculate the volume is 20 times 10 times the height of 12, which is about 2400 centimeter cubed. Okay, so 2400 centimeter cube. So we're going to keep that there. Now that's going to take care of my volume. Now we need to sort out the weight of it. Now because I've got the measurement in centimeter cube, I want my weight in grams. So we're going to give the scale a bit of a pound just to wake it up. Wake up, mate. So it's just getting going. So it's measuring in kilograms. I'm happy. I'm just going to give it a little press to see. Yeah, we're good with that. Now we're going to stick our brick on top of that, like so, nice and gentle like. And it's measuring 6.2 kilos. So let's try that again. Put that on there again. I'm bang on 6.2 kilograms. Okay, so now I know it's 6.2 kilograms, and I know the volume is 2400 centimeter cube. Turn that kilograms into grams, that's 6,200 grams. And density is mass divided by volume. So the mass is 6,200 grams divided by the volume, which I had as my last answer there. Press equal. So it turns out that the density of this is 2.58 grams per centimeter cube. And to finish off the video today, we're just going to go through one more question. This is more of a problem-solving question, so you might want to grab your calculators for this one. So shown is a solid cylinder made from carbon. The density of carbon is 1.95 grams per centimeter cube. We forgot the little cube in there. And find the mass. Okay, so we've just calculated mass in the last question. And we just said that the mass is density times volume. They've only given me the density. I don't have the volume. But I know that this is a cylinder. So if I can find the volume of a cylinder, then I can solve this question. So let's go ahead and do that over here. The volume of a cylinder is the area of the base, pi r square, times the height, because a cylinder is a prism. So now that's going to be pi times, well, what's the radius of the base? The diameter is 8, so the radius has to be 4. So 4 square times by a height of 15. Jump onto your calculator, let's do this. So that works out to be 753.98 centimeter cube. So that's good. Don't forget to put your units in. Now that I've got the volume, I can now whack it in here. So I can say now that the mass of this cylinder is density 1.95 multiplied by 753.98, which will now give us 1,470.27 grams. Okay, and that brings us to the end of that question. All right, guys, how was that for you? Did you understand now how to use density? You can also rearrange that formula to find volume if required. So I hope you understand it. And if you did, smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that down below and ring that notification bell so you do not miss another upload. But for now though, until I see you on the next one, peace.